All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Demon Slayer, Season 2, Episode 4, Zenitsu. Yeah, things were looking up for you.
Just hope she strangles you to the point of being unconscious.
I was going to say,
rather
hopefully...
than, stabbing you, because then you can, you can maybe get away.
I was going to say, hopefully you find it's your kink or something. That way, you get some kind of...
Momentary pleasure
out of this before
now, the
it goes real
thing
bad.
is that she's probably going to, torture him, interrogate him.
Right, the positive thing, so he'll stay alive.
Right, so he'll be alive, basically.
Right.
But she might give him so much pain that he passes out, and then she's fucked.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You better hope that he stays conscious. Otherwise, because he's only using 2% of his power.
Only using 2% of his power.
Yep. And if on top of that, he realizes that you've also captured up attractive ladies. If you've captured attractive ladies and then he falls asleep, you're double fucked.
Yeah.
So, for your own safety.
Keep him awake.
Keep that coffee close at hand, smelling salts, whatever you got to do.
Yep. Oh my gosh. All right. But we've got the boys kind of on their own specific things here. We need to have everyone catch up with Tengen and get this thing rolling here.
Yes.
Because things are getting worse. The demon is well integrated into everything here to the point where just chasing her around one of the houses isn't going to lead to anything.
Right, even though that was a very good effort, Inosuke, and way to go. Keep it up. Yep.
But let's
reconvene.
Team meeting.
Yep.
Let's see if we can make a move here that at the very least maybe get Tengen's wives into the fold here.
Indeed. We need every hand on deck.
I would very much like to also meet them all together.
Yes.
I would like to see that.
Right.
I need to see that.
Banter outside of, there's one that we need to rescue,
right. Yeah. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion.
Mice.
Wow.
Fucking mice.
Yeah, this episode, we got ourselves probably some of the coolest Tengen moments thus far.
Oh my god.
And we got probably one of the wackiest jokes in all of Demon Slayer with the muscular mice. And then also Tanjiro went full shonen protagonist and abandoned all reason and logic to just take her head on. Yeah.
Hey,
there is nighttime by himself.
Without calling
for backup or anything after he smells the scent.
Leaving Nezuko behind and not saying, hey, once I'm gone, go get help. In addition to just waiting for nighttime in general. Although the waiting for nighttime, theoretically, there could be a purpose for that, in that if the demon then makes her moves, that could be, even though it's giving her all the advantage, it could be a lure for a trap, or at the very least so that they can get information. But if the buck stops with you as far as information, it's kind of a problem.
Kind of pointless,
It's kind of pointless.
Yep.
So what I'm hoping is that it is something where they had some pre-established plan or whatever, because Sound Hashira, he can signal him real easily.
Right. Or this is a thing of where they ping basically everyone saving the next person, basically, or the next person saving the previous person. So it's then
right. Inosuke's
needs help.
Banjiro, you idiot.
Yeah. And then Inosuke comes in, saves Banjiro, or Soichiro as he was calling him.
Yep.
Then from there, then Tengen comes and saves Inosuke, and then Tengen needs to be saved by one of his wives or something.
Yeah, well, so it also seemed to give the impression that all of the wives have been captured.
No,
okay.
They just he hasn't had contact with any of them.
Right, exactly. So something's up.
They're in deep hiding. Is what I get the vibe is that one of them is captured, the other two are very, very undercover right now. So that's its whole thing there. Also, we're doing things in very slow amounts of time. So they haven't been here long, necessarily.
Sure.
Even though they've been integrated into the houses
and
everything.
Oh, and I love the whole bit of the Oiran being like, no, of course I know you're a boy. That was obvious.
Right.
You know, everyone has their own reasons, so I didn't pry. You know,
right.
It's your own privacy, whatever. Yeah,
it's like you'd be surprised actually how often that happens.
We get young boys from really bad situations or whatever that basically seek shelter here, pretending to be girls. You know, and it's like, there you go.
Totally.
You know? Yeah.
But all right, rip, Koinatsu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Although she was potentially saved because she was devoured.
She was taken by the ribbons that have basically some kind of way of transmuting or absorbing people into the folds of the cloth, which is cool, but that's showing not only how she moves around, but how they could theoretically save people that have been caught already.
Can they be undevoured? Because she was saying, like, she's going to devour them, and maybe it's like and then you'll be slowly digested over 1,000 years, by the Sarlacc or something. But, like...
It could be a way in which she's just storing bodies to be eaten later.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because
I'm putting you in the fridge, I'll eat you eventually, but, I'm rationing out my meals because I'm deep undercover.
Yeah. I think that's more what it is.
Sure.
But yeah, there was blood when it was separated, so that could have been Koinatsu's blood.
Right. Or it could have just been that it's a part of the demon's body, and so... it has now been severed or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who knows?
We'll see. But Tengen apologized because he's like, no, I made a mistake bringing you all here. Mm-hmm. You guys are not prepared for this. Right. And I was being irrational because I really wanted to rescue my wives. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
So you guys are going to leave.
You guys are going to leave.
Of course they're not going to.
But they're not going to leave.
Right.
Even though they did end up abandoning their undercover, stuff there, which is, I'm kind of bummed about that. I kind of wished they'd gone a little bit more. I wanted Nezuko to be involved in that in some way as well. But hey, you know what? This could be the way in which it blows up to being a bigger thing, because the Oiran fighting Tanjiro here is probably not what she would want.
This
is something that is very much putting her in the line of fire for a Hashira that is here.
Right, because her whole strategy is dependent on striking first, striking quietly, and then going back into her cover.
Yeah.
So,
and then she's perfectly safe.
Right. For the most part. Even if she beats Tanjiro in 60 seconds, right, and kills him, right?
Right.
Which, he's the main character, that's not going to happen, but from her perspective, even if she did that, if in that 60 seconds her cover gets blown, well, fuck, that's a failure.
It's all over.
Because she's here for Hashira. She's not here for just basic-ass demon slayers, right?
Yeah,
that's below her pay grade.
She's setting up basically the ultimate trap where she can keep feeding and get stronger and stronger.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Good setup.
Yep.
But, okay, all right. Tanjiro displays enough defensive capability that he's able to keep her from instantly killing him.
Right.
Which I think is good. Because at that point, I think if he realizes that her attack was something that was enough to shock him basically out of this, but not actually cause any serious harm, he might be in that state of, oh, okay, right, I have gotten a lot stronger. That's why we exposited to the audience the reminder of how many ranks they've gone up, since season 1.
And I love that Inosuke is the one who ends up knowing more about, like, technical details of the world that they live in than Tanjiro. And yes, the fact that it's power levels is like, okay.
Of course, that's the thing he cares about.
It wouldn't make sense for literally anything else, right? Yeah. But, like, also, if it gets activated by flexing the muscles, I'm sorry, but that should be on Inosuke constantly, 24/7. Because if you mean to tell me...
Well, he has to say also the phrase.
Ah, that's right.
It's a combination thing.
Exactly.
Because then if he was just flexing the muscles, the demon could just grab people by the wrist and go, and then they just go, I'm a demon slayer. And they're like, fuck, I got you.
Or just look at the back of Inosuke's hand anytime. Because he's like constantly being like, all right, I can just, if I'm flexing all the time, that'll be sort of like a little...
Like a constant ab workout.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I can totally see him being the one where he's like, I have learned the art of flexing.
Right.
Constantly to the point of while I sleep. Even then I flex.
Yep.
Yes.
I bought that shake weight you see on TV.
10 minutes a day, every day.
Right. But Tengen doing that whole thing where he went to the owner of the one house and, full ninja, the kunai and everything. And it's just like, all right, tell me everything.
Yep.
I swear to you, if it's the last thing I do, I will kill this person. I will stop them. And then he's like, oh, okay. And he looks behind him and he's just already gone.
Yeah, and the guy knew that it was the Warabahime, I believe that's her name, Oiran.
Yep.
Because it's like, oh, he's just been around long enough. It's not...
People end up being able to tell.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But the cool thing is that on some level, she must not care about that.
Right, as long as they're scared enough to be in line.
Right, because that's probably part of the trap, is that you can have people then come and investigate. That would be Hashira.
We need help,
And then they go and investigate her.
Yep.
And then, of course, eventually
that's
they
part
stick
of the
around
trap,
until night, when it's very easy for her to get them.
And with her ribbon things, that could also theoretically be... Well, no, I don't think that's something that she can use on herself necessarily.
She might.
Maybe.
She might.
Maybe, because that could be how she was able to flee from Inosuke. And if that's the case, that could be one of the reasons why she hasn't been able to be found during the day. Not just we can't find the bodies that she goes after, because secreting those away that way, cool. But yeah.
Also, I will say, I like that we've already established some level of ways in which she can be beaten, because Tanjiro was able to cut the cloth. So, okay. All right.
Right.
This is a good starting point here, but something tells me that this encounter is not going to go well for Tanjiro. So
right, and yet so far it seems to be going unbelievably well for Tanjiro.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's see how the next episode goes. And Tengen probably is going to show off his stuff here.
Oh yeah, in a very flashy
by the
way.
conventional laws of shonen stuff here. That we had the main character step in. They built up the big bad. We've now built up a little bit more of the protagonist, but in order to show the real cool, we need to have that all be one-upped again by our Giga Chad, 3 wives having motherfucker over here.
He's very experienced with coming in from behind, so you keep being that distraction, Tanjiro. Keep her focus.
He has no problem jumping in on other people's action, basically.
I mean... There were 4 of them, I'm sure that the wives were very much also married to each other.
Yes.
In some form or other, in addition to being married to Tengen. So
Sure.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for that. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.